we've had deep discussions about love and my belief system with love, and that I challenge the concept of love. And so this has happened over a couple of years where, and it's come about from after my last relationship, which was like 3 or 4 years ago now. And I'm still friends with her, and that's all good. But the reason why we broke up is because she wanted more. She wanted more partners. She wanted to be in an open relationship, and we'd been together 3 years, and that's not something that I could handle at the time. And she's quite a bit younger, and she's definitely an attractive girl, and so it would have been a massive imbalance in our relationship. There's no way I could have done that. So we ended up breaking up, and for the best, absolutely. I definitely don't regret it. But then what happened is I helped start a men's group. And it was down the Gold Coast, which is a bit too far away to travel every week, but I helped get it up and running. And one of the questions was, describe intimacy. What does intimacy mean to me? So I went away for the week, had a couple of conversations about intimacy, came back. And the biggest thing I got from it was, can you have intimacy? Can you be intimate with someone without love? And obviously you can. And so then the next question was, well, what is love? And when I started to ask people what is love, nobody can give me a straight answer. I don't think if I look back in my whole life, even though I've told people I love them, and that's just society saying this is what you should do. I don't actually think I've ever loved anybody or anything ever, which then led me, I woke up one morning, I was out for a run, and this epiphany moment, it was, I don't think love exists. And I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in God, and I don't disrespect those that do, because it's a belief system, and so we're all humans and we should deserve to be respected. But I then started to look at love and God being in the same boat, probably Noah's Ark, right? And what happened is I started reading some of the Bible out of it, and it literally says in the Bible that love is an entity of God. And so then if I don't believe in God, then therefore I shouldn't believe in love. So then when I started to break it down, I realized that for me, love is a belief system, and I choose not to believe it. And so that's the basics of it. And 99.9% of people out there are going to just go, wow, wacko. Or, what do you mean? Like,
what's missing in your life?
Or who hurt you? Like,
what have you lost? What happened to you?
Yeah, exactly. But it was just an awakening. It was, okay, what if love didn't exist? And what if instead of just thinking it exists and being, okay, the meaning of taking something for granted is always believing it without questioning it. So I questioned it, and nobody can give me a straight answer. Like, people go, oh, love is an emotion. Well, it's actually not an emotion. Happiness is an emotion, and you can get happiness from your concept of love. Like, you believe in love and you think you're in love with this person and you spend time with them and that makes you happy. But I can spend time with people and it makes me happy and I'm not in love with them. And so then and it even comes down to the basics of, someone would go, oh, I really love the sound of that car, or I really love the beach, or I really love summer. And it's like,
called enjoying.
Yeah, okay, you like it and you enjoy it and it makes you, your emotions, it makes you happy. But is that love? And so I think we can all at least agree that the word love is definitely overused.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely overused.
Yeah.
So I will pitch the question to you both, and I'll start with you, Gossie. What is love?
I think you said it's not an emotion.
It's not an emotion. Happiness is an emotion. Sadness is an emotion. But love in itself is not an emotion that you can display. You can display, like, if you believe in love, then you can say, well, I love this person, and so I will show them that I love them by doing whatever, words of affirmation. A lot of us know the love languages. So, and I'm not saying that love languages don't affect me. I just, and I'm not saying I don't like people or I don't care for them.
You ever get that warm feeling inside?
I give it to him all the time when he sees my face.
I don't know if it's your face I've been seeing, but
well, for me, it's wanting to be with that person and being secure, knowing that other person connects with me. And that's a hard one.
So God,
the other night, I went to this concert the other night, right? I went to a gig the other night.
Yeah, you did.
And yeah, I did.
Yeah, I might have seen some stuff on social media about that, Gossie.
Oh yeah, that's the gig.
Yeah, that's the
gig.
Yeah. Was it? Can you say his name?
Slash.
Yeah.
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 He was
Wild.
great. Yeah, he's cool. Anyway, can I say Jada's name?
Can I?
Of course you can.
Maybe.
If you want.
She's your future wife. Of course you can.
Jada and I went to the concert, and she said, "Babe, can you go and get me a drink?" I said, "Absolutely." So I went off and got her a drink, and as I was
on the stage at the time, were you missing out on performance?
yeah,
Now that's love.
Yeah,
That
of
is
course.
love right there.
yeah,
Little look you just gave me.
like you're almost assuming that that's sacrilegious.
Is that anti-religious? Because I might believe it.
He's not a bad player, but
But what? You can get too much of him.
well, it's 3 songs in, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's enough.
Oh
No,
I
I did enjoy
volunteering to go and get.
Let's go.
It's my girl. No, but anyway, as I was getting to it, I walked off to get her a drink. And as I walked back, and it was dark, and I'm looking down to see where she was, and I saw this figure of her standing there, and I felt this as soon as I get up there and get her a hug, So, and when you get that regularly, and you've got that connection where the moment you know what I mean, you make this, you got this connection. And
Can I just say,
No.
with all due respect,
sure,
Jada is a stunning woman.
sure,
She is
I
a
get
very
that.
attractive. I don't want to say for her age.
Well, you just did.
The way you say this because she's got grandchildren,
That's
and
it
you're
puts
like
things into perspective.
she had
is-
kids when she was 7, all right? So
I think I would like people would say you're batting out of your league, but I think no, I think you guys are in a league of your own.
Well, thank you.
There you go. But I can understand why you would look at her, and it's not like I haven't looked at a woman that I'm dating or seeing or whatever at the time in a situation, and my heart skipped a beat or whatever. But that's endorphins.
I don't think love is the right.
Yeah,
That's hormones.
okay, all right.
That's not love. That's just a chemical reaction within your body.
But that's created. That's created, and then there's a lot of other people around there, and you could get that from anything if there wasn't a connection. You know what I mean? So when you've got a connection with that one person, and you see that one person, and you have that bang, man, that's
chemicals.
well, it is chemicals, but what creates that chemical, and what is the connection?
There's a thought
that.
process. There's thinking. There's conscious and subconscious thinking that goes with what you think is attractive.
There's another one
and-
that's interesting.
and-
And
and-
the pointer finger. Hey,
Yeah,
tell you. Okay. When you're on that level of, when oh man, I'm missing her right now so much, and bang, the phone goes bing, and there she says, "Miss you." Right. Hey. You know what I mean? There's this connection.
I agree with connection, but I don't necessarily think that's love. I think that
This guy's
there's
a scientist, isn't he?
Is. I don't think love is the right word for it, in
What?
my opinion, because, like, I love Cody.
Red.
I love Red, right? He's my best friend, right? Love Sarge, but it's not the love I have for
No, because
romantic.
there are, if you
it's
look
different
at
levels of.
There's different levels
it's
of
not
love.
even just different levels of love. There is different meanings for love
Yeah.
because it's the Greeks. I think the Greeks have all the different terms. What is it? I'd have to look it up to get it right, but I know Jada. If Jada was here right now, she'd be able to tell you all of them, and I'm pretty sure it's 7. And there's family, and there's
Romantic love.
yeah, and there's
Yep.
I should have. Had you told me we were going to do, I would have prepped. But the point is, there are different levels of love, and there are different meanings for love. Here we go.
And love is a choice at the end of the day.
And right when I don't have my here we go. I've got
There's your glasses.
Yeah.
To you.
Okay. What do we got?
But while you're looking that up and getting that,
Goodness.
Ellie, no. So I'll ask you because Gossie's going to look that up. But Ellie, what is love to you? What does it mean to you? You describe it to me, so you convince me love is real. Because I don't think it is.
In my opinion, love is a choice. You make a choice to be committed and be with someone and stand by them. It's just like leaving someone as a choice, and doing things as a choice. Loving someone is purely a choice, no matter what you choose to put love under. I feel like it is 100% a choice. You choose to be committed to someone. You choose to love a friend. You choose to love a family member. Love is earned, not given straight away. I look as love as like respect.
Mhm.
I think it's on the same, in my opinion, love is on the same level as respect.
Right. So
It's earned, not just given.
So from my perspective, I can stand by somebody. I can, give them my time, support them, and do those things, whether it's in a like mate's way or whether it's a woman. But I don't like the whole thing is I don't. Now that I've had a real big, deep think about it, I don't necessarily think that has to be love.
That's why I think it's the wrong word for it. Because love is so overly used. I don't know what you would put those feelings of endorphins and serotonin and dopamine into. I don't know what word would actually tick all those boxes. I just feel like love is
Chemistry.
Yeah, like it's
chemistry.
Well, you asked
And
a
it's
woman who
biology.
just had a baby. And she was saying-
Oxytocin. Did we
she was
mention that
saying
one?
oxytocin.
She's never felt love like that in her life.
Yeah,
Because it's a
because
different
she's
level.
just had a shot of oxytocin when she's had
But it's
the baby.
these are chemical releases, and they're released for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I say I think it's
Survival,
the
for survival.
wrong way.
But then is that not? You say that it's not real, but it has to be real on that level, because without it having an effect on you, then it doesn't exist. It's just a shot, and then that continues on. That will continue. They say, for example, you speak to a woman that's had a couple of children, and she'll always say that the first love is the firstborn son, or the first real love is the firstborn son, because of I don't know, never had a baby, I don't know, but the point is that we have these chemical releases that incur these reactions and these emotional
For the survival of the human species.
right.
And the same as similar chemicals and hormones would be released in animals that I don't know any cats or dogs that believe in love.
Yeah, but they do, because they show you.
But they don't.
They might not have a word
By being
for it.
affectionate.
Of course.
I can be affectionate with a woman and I don't have it. I can pat a cat and I don't love it, but I can show it that I care for it and
Humans
that
are really different.
I appreciate it and I enjoy its company, but that doesn't necessarily constitute love.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go
Why
with your
not?
7. Let's go with your 7 while you got your glasses there.
Your big 7.
Is there 8?
I think there's a few more. Hang on, I didn't get through them all.
Just list.
Philia.
Or are you going to try and pronounce the Greek?
The Greeks felt philia is more beneficial than eros, because philia corresponds to love amongst equals. So they say philia being... Hang on. Give me an example of philia. Examples of philia include the love you might tell with an actual sibling or a dear friend is similar to platonic love in it that it doesn't have a romantic or sexual element, but it's typically even stronger, deeper, and more emotionally intimate than platonic connections. So there's love of...
So Ellie's love of red and myself. And
Yeah.
well, that's right.
Gossie, she's going to love you by the end of this podcast.
In my
She's only
opinion,
human.
it's platonic soulmates. Platonic soulmates.
So, and they're...
Which I think is a better way to describe love is a soulmate, because you care so deeply about that person. You don't have to label it as love, but you want to see that person strive and succeed.
I like that you found that term soulmate.
Yeah.
Because I 100% do not believe in a soulmate.
Really?
I don't mean we don't have souls. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
Whether I believe in that or not is still up in the air. But what I don't believe in is that there's a soulmate out there for you, like one person.
No,
for you.
you will have so many soulmates through your life. So many.
I think that's got a lot to do with vibration and the way we vibrate and the frequencies we all vibrate at, because you're going to meet some people that you're going to really connect with in an instant, and then there's going to be people that will grow on you because you're not sure, and you've got to learn a little bit about their personalities, and then there's some that you just instantly meet and you go, you know what, I cannot, and they use this term, I cannot vibe with you, vibration. So I don't not agree with. I mean, we do vibrate. Our atoms vibrate. Our body cells vibrate. We're always in a constant, of course we are.
The world is a state of movement.
The whole world vibrates at a frequency.
And
is it 350 hertz? Is that right?
So I don't disagree with vibration and vibing with someone and stuff. And I'm not saying that I can't care for people. I can't be I can be in a sexual relationship with a woman. And the last girl that I saw, we caught up. We saw each other for a year. We called it the boyfriend-girlfriend experience because we were single. We were
Yeah.
friends with benefits. We had a couple of little rules to make it so that it was respectful. And we had that. And I said, we will continue to do this until you fall in love. Now, I'm not saying love doesn't exist for people who believe in it, the same as God doesn't exist for you if you believe in it. So, and I said, when you find the right guy, then, you know, go for it. And that's what happened. She caught up with an old friend of hers, ended up hitting it off. And she was like, oh, can we stop? We're going to have to stop seeing each other now. It's like, but if it's because you're improving your life and you found somebody that you can spend more time with, and I watch her Instagram and I'm proud of her for finding someone, and they travel around the place. She looks so happy. And I believe that she believes she's in love. Absolutely. But I don't believe in love. I don't think I've ever experienced it. I didn't really have very good, like, you know, if you're talking about family love, I did not have any of that growing up. So,
and that's probably why yourself doesn't believe in love.
Well,
because
being nurtured
you've
as
never
a child.
had that loving experience. You know what I mean?
I do.
I
do. And so therefore, because if I go back, so I believe that before religion and before the Bible and before Judaism and you know, before God, you know, being an atheist, before humans invented God, because that's what I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think there was love. I don't not think there wasn't connection. I don't think that people didn't vibe with each other. But we're talking, you know, when Homo sapiens were quite primitive, and we're talking before agriculture. We're talking small villages of you know, nomadic people across, you know, the world, coming out of the Middle East and moving north and east, and the way that human beings lived back in, you know, thousands and thousands and you know, tens of thousands of years ago, considering humans are approximately 5 million years old.
However old we are.
About 5 million years old.
Whatever we were invented.
As a species.
Apparently.
And invented. and I believe there was no love, but we were still procreating. We were still having babies. I don't believe that animals love, but I do think they can show emotion. I do think they can show affection. I do think, you know, some animals pair bond, not many. But I do think there's hierarchies and there's respect, you know, amongst animals as well as amongst humans. But I'm just not convinced that love is a real thing. When I first started to question it, I thought, okay, what is love? It's all these attributes. It's communication. It's honesty. It's respect. It's trust. It's loyalty. It's sexual connect. Not all love, obviously, but a romantic love would have sexual connection. And I thought love is the umbrella word that describes all of those things.
That describes intimacy.
Okay. Well, intimacy would be, you know, one of those attributes, right? But then, so if love is the overarching word to describe having all of those things within a relationship, whether it's a platonic relationship that you love, or a romantic relationship where you are being physical, or a family relationship, or, you know, one of the 7 or 8 or however many different versions of love there is. But then the man cheats on you with another woman. Now you don't have trust and you don't have loyalty and you've lost respect. And now, so does that mean love now doesn't exist because you've lost some of those attributes? Or is now love just turned bad? And now we got bad love? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Thinking from experience.
Yeah, well,
being in that situation.
I didn't know you were. I mean, fair enough.
Being in that situation where someone has cheated on you.
Yep.
It's not so much that there isn't love there. It turns to hate and aggression. First of all, well, for me, that's what it turned to. And
So you saying that love, whatever the love is, now it changes, it metamorphoses, or just your personal outlook on a situation
for me
gives you different emotions.
I can't speak for everyone else, but for me particularly, with my own mental health, it takes one small thing for me to switch on someone and be like, I don't want you in my life. You have just betrayed me, no matter if it's small or tiny. But in the aspects of if my partner who loves me has just gone out and cheated on me, for me, turns straight to hatred and anger. Like there is just a switch in my brain that flicks.
Yeah.
For me, it turns to hatred and
preservation.
anger, and
That's
then
fine.
that will last for a while. I still have love for that person
Yep.
because I planned a life with that person, but I no longer.
So you hate
Damn.
the person you love.
Yes, it's like,
Yeah,
love
you see
hate.
how this is what I struggle
Yeah.
with, Ellie. I struggle with because I know that love is not an emotion, but what you said then was love turns into hate and what did you say? Hate and
Hate and
aggression.
aggression.
Yeah. No. So love is not an emotion, but you just were betrayed.
Betrayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you have changed emotions. Your
Yeah.
emotions have gone from being happy
Mm-hmm.
to now being upset
Mm-hmm.
and angry.
Yeah.
Now they're emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But now love has caused these emotions. So love is so, and I know
Yeah.
people say love can be good and love can be bad.
Mm.
But I just don't even believe in love. And for me, and when I thought, okay, I don't think it exists, I'm not going to take love for granted. I'm questioning it. I don't think it's real. I think it's a social construct, okay, that humans have developed for control. I've got some theories, but they're just theories. It's just my opinion, and it's not fact. It's just the way what I could believe, and when I looked at what does my life look like without love, my life looked better, and it has been. My life has been better. I'm not running around trying to find a soulmate or trying to chase the one. You know, doesn't mean I don't look at a woman and I find her attractive. And
We're going to come back to this podcast in about 3 years. And oh, man.
does Jade have a little
Have you seen this? Oh, man, I can't believe I never would have thought.
I'm definitely not having children.
Next minute, Sarge is married in a month.
I'm not having children for the same reason my parents shouldn't have had children.
Yeah.
I'm not mentally prepared for it.
Yeah. You have to be mentally.
Is that maybe a result of bad love?
I think it's a result of no love.
There you go.
And meaning, therefore, love, there is a chance that love doesn't exist if I didn't have any.
I think
It might not have existed between them towards you.
Yeah.
Or they are really bad at showing it.
You mean
Or
they loved me, but they were bad at showing it?
Right.
That definitely was not the case.
okay. Well, I don't know the story.
I know.
But what I'm trying to say is, at some point there's been these triggers that have kind of said to you, well, this is obvious. The answer is there is no such thing as love because I haven't experienced it. But
saying I believe it's a belief system.
Mhm.
I believe that people who believe in it because people who believe in God believe in God.
Mhm.
I don't believe in God.
have you ever been listening to music and you've had these like
Yeah, there's songs that make me do that. Even the same song will make me do that. There's a couple that do that every time.
right? So your pineal gland's working. That's good. I'm just
I'm functioning.
He's doing a bit of a mental health check on you
I'm
here.
functioning.
You are functioning.
Thank you.
Well, I think that there's obviously there's a reason why you're saying no to this, and you've got a complete no. I don't believe in it.
Because I'm not disrespecting human beings, but 99.9% of people believe in love. 99.9% of people probably don't question. They've never questioned it. And then I questioned it. And then therefore I started to write a book. Now I don't know if I'll ever finish it. And
I think finish the book.
because
I'll read it.
we get a podcast.
Read it.
So it's a pretty cool start. It starts with What is Love? Baby Don't Hurt Me. You know that song?
Mhm.
What's the movie? That's just
Which one?
is it Studio 54?
I don't know. You're telling
Is
the
that-
story, mate.
What's the Will Ferrell movie?
There's so many Will Ferrell movies.
No, I can't remember it.
No, I don't know.
Night at the Roxbury. Thank you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And
I've
it starts, and
I've not seen that. I have
it's-
to watch it. Yeah,
It's
sorry.
funny. It's no, it's funny.
Isn't it funny how when you say, I've not seen that, people in the room will like,
So judgmental.
They think you've been living under a rock. They're like,
where's this guy coming off?
If you do you have Netflix?
I have
Okay,
such a thing.
if you're flicking through and it just happens to
Such a
be there,
I have such a thing.
watch it. It's a fun.
Night at the Roxbury. I've seen it pop up. I've just not thought
It's
about
actually worth watching
it. Is it?
once. Nah, it's worth watching maybe a couple of times. Nah, Red's not in it. The movie is that Hathaway song.
Movie Night at
that's-
Sunset.
You know the Hathaway song. What is love, baby? Don't hurt me. And so, and that's a good question. What is love? And that's how it starts. It's like I've used that quote from that song from that movie because it's funny, but then, you know, and I go right into when I started, you know, and I'm not reading the Bible because I believe in God. I'm reading the Bible because it's an interesting read.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to get through these 7s, but I think we've.
Do you want to finish up on it? We'll finish up on this subject.
Yeah,
Sorry,
look,
you took too
If you,
uh,
well, he's going to struggle to pronounce
No.
all these Greek names.
I think the point is there is many different versions of love, according to the Greeks.
Yeah.
The Greeks.
And the Greeks never
Where
wrote
did-
fiction stories.
where did
The
they
Greeks
go?
never made stuff up,
I
did
think
they?
Where
it's
did
a
they ever go
concept.
wrong?
For in a word that they've picked to describe all of those feelings you get from caring about someone and deeply, deeply, deeply caring. That's what I think they've put love under. I don't think I get what you're saying, that love doesn't exist, and it's definitely a concept. And if you believe in love and that's what you truly believe in, then that's great.
I think if you believe in love, it does help guide you and answer some questions that, you know, like why, you know, like, why do I feel this way?
Mm.
Oh, because I loved you and you cheated on me and it hurts. You know, like love explains that. But I just thought a lot deeper into it. And I just don't necessarily, I do believe in biology. I do believe in evolution, and I do believe in chemicals and hormones. And I know that has made the human race be like the most intelligent, you know, life forms that we've known, like
That we understand.
that we're all, like, definitely on Earth, but maybe in the universe.
Jump in the ocean and see how they all.
So we'll finish off on that. I have not had anyone convince me that love exists.
Mm-hmm.
I believe if you believe in love, that's good. That's going to help guide you through your life. But I choose not to believe in it because nobody's proven that it's real. The same as I choose not to believe in God, and I put them in the same boat. Love and God, I don't believe in them. But is my life any worse for it?
No.
I don't think so. Is my life better when I renounce love? It has gotten better because there's certain things that I'm not doing now. I can't have my heart broken anymore. You know, when the girl that I was seeing 12 months ago fell in love, because I believe she believes that, she fell in love with the guy she's with now. I was disappointed that something that we had that was really good had stopped. But I was so happy for her that she found her way that I was happy. I was more happy that she found her way than I was sad that what we had stopped.
Well, then you're operating at a higher level, you know, and approaching these things.
And
Because what did it mean
Yeah.
to you? What was that value in that relationship? Was it friendship with a bit of?
yeah, look, friendship with, and
Did you say to yourself, "I want to be with this person," and I find it difficult. I find. Oh, I shouldn't say the word difficult, but I find that I build my life around you. You know, that idea when you're with someone that you really enjoy being with, and you make plans, and you want to live together, and you want to travel.
I don't think I ever want to live with another one.
Well,
not
that's a good example.
not when
of
you've
where
got
want
joint bank
Ah,
accounts and share a cat
sure.
together.
well, that's commitment.
I've been there a few times.
Hey,
But-
I brought a dog, and then 6 months later, he cheated on me. So don't talk to me about bad commitment.
Dog cheated on you.
Yeah, the boy did.
It's fair to say the dog's right. The dog's going to be.
We'll wrap this up about love.
I'll just add one thing.
Well, go on.
So the other day, Jada sent me this really cool clip, and it was this mother Labrador with the puppy Labrador, right? And the owner of the dogs was chastising the puppy because the puppy had chewed the sandal or something, done something, and the mother was sitting behind the little one, and the owner came up and grabbed this sandal and was, like about to. I think they were just kind of like pretending to. I'm going to hit you. Did you do this? And the mother dog grabbed the puppy and hugged it. And
It's
pulled
mother
it away.
instinct, so that's definitely a mother instinct.
Mother instinct. That's love.
Whoa. Well, I will challenge that. An instinct is something that is instinct. I'm not convinced is love. It's instinct.
That's why I'm saying I feel like that.
Okay, so you're saying,
This beyond a
instinct.
friendship.
So
feeling.
we got
I don't
mates
think
and
instinct. I don't think that's instinct. That's just protection of something you love. If that particular mother didn't have a connection and a bond, with that puppy,
Yeah.
then he'd be like, yeah, whatever.
I'm not
go
saying
down.
connections and bonds don't exist.
Sure, but that's part
But
of. But you got to also,
Yeah.
you got your thoughts.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, love is a word describing an emotion, an act of responses. These are responses that are created through interaction, and those responses are gauged at different levels from different people's ability to either, feel, overwhelmingly a desire to help. Though some people will throw themselves.
I have an
in front of
overwhelming
a-
desire
in front
to
of a bullet.
procreate with as many women as I can, but that's,
But
not love.
No, but when you care so much for someone, and you will throw yourself in front of a bullet for someone, because your desire is for them to be okay and be safe.
Yeah, but I was in the army for 20 years. I would have thrown myself in front of a bullet in certain situations because it was my job. I wouldn't have loved it,
But I mean, that's the choice you made.
and I would have been wearing a bloody bulletproof vest whilst doing it. But
I think you get what I'm talking about.
I do get what you're saying.
And the beautiful thing about this guy is that he's always going to come back with, you know what? There's the logic of this.
That's why I like having these conversations with Sarge, because he never says, no, your opinion is so wrong on love. So
I'm the same. I think we've had many
which is great.
discussions, whether it be,
your barista at your cafe hates when I get you started on conspiracy theories and stuff like that, and then I leave, and then he's stuck with you for hours.
That's all right. I go upstairs and tattoo.
Right, so
The client's going to have to suffer.
that's it. Let's move on to our third and final subject for this podcast,
We're
which
going to talk
is
conspiracy theories.
that's another podcast. That's a different podcast.
That's multiple podcasts.